let's take a look at the acidic cleavage of a phenyl ether. So if we take methylphenyl ether and we treat that with hydroiodic acid and we heat that up, a lot of people, as I expect, would probably just memorize this from class. They say, okay, well, the products of this reaction are going to be phenol and methyl iodide, CH3I. But let's take a look at the mechanism of this reaction and see if we can understand why we get these two products. So if we have our methylphenyl ether, we have two lone pairs on our oxygen, and we have our hydroiodic acid. So what's going to happen is that oxygen is going to get protonated by our hydroiodic acid. So we're going to turn one side of the molecule into a good leaving group. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we've protonated that oxygen. We still have one of our lone pairs, but now we have a positive charge on our oxygen, and we have our iodide anion floating around in solution. So what's going to happen is it's going to attack this sp3 hybridized carbon here, because we can do SN2 reactions at sp3 hybridized carbon. So I'll just erase that for clarity's sake, and we'll draw our curved arrow. We're going to attack that sp3 center, and these two electrons are going to go back on our phenol, or back onto our oxygen rather. So we're going to end up with phenol. So we're going to have two lone pairs again, plus methyl iodide. So there we go. We've already got all of our products. We have phenol and methyl iodide from that. But some of you might be asking yourself, well, why can't we take phenol? Let's take a look here. Why can't we take phenol? Why can't we just do this? And I'm just going to do this quickly. But why can't phenol, it's got two lone pairs on an oxygen, why can't it get protonated by hydroiodic acid to form this sort of species here? And we'll have a positive charge on our oxygen. Why can't this happen? Why can't we have our iodide then just come in, our anion, it'll come in and it'll attack here? This cannot happen. And the reason that cannot happen is because this is an sp2 hybridized carbon here. So this, because of that, it cannot happen. So we have no SN2 reactions at sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, so we're not going to get an SN2 reaction, and that's why phenol doesn't react, and that's why we don't generate phenyl iodide in this reaction, and that's why our products are simply phenol and methyl iodide. So that's why we get phenol and methyl iodide. So again, as I keep saying and I keep repeating over and over and over, if you learn mechanisms and you understand them a little bit, they can help you a lot when you're trying to solve these kinds of problems.